Welcome back. It's been a while since our last episode, but welcome back to the Locker Room Podcast. I'm your host, Colin Uvinsky. We got Patrick Heffright, Ryan Rodriguez will be joining us shortly. Happy Thanksgiving. Welcome to the next phase of Locker Room Podcast, LRP Winter 2021. We're back, and we got a great episode for y'all, so let's just jump right into it. We got a great guest. He does creative and digital media for Auburn University. Please welcome Sully Ortega.
What's up?
How you doing? You having a good day, Sully?
I am.
Atta way. So let's just kick it off, right? Get into some questions. Okay. So what made you get into media? Like, what made you want to get into doing media?
So like basically over COVID, I didn't have anything to do, so I'd like go on YouTube or like see a bunch of these videos and be like, I think I could do that or do better than that. So I'd go on YouTube, strip clips, and then basically just make it an iMovie. And then in August, I got my first camera, and I just went out and started shooting like anything I could shoot and just started making videos from there. And it just progressed to where I am now.
So was that in like your senior year of high school, or was that like freshman year of college? Like, what are you now? Are you a junior, sophomore?
Yeah, I'm a junior in college, so that was freshman into sophomore year of college. Because my freshman year is when COVID hit,
Right.
and like that whole second semester, we didn't have like any school or anything, so I just had nothing to do but do that.
Right. So did this start from like a little spark in high school where you were like, yeah, I could take photos, or was this just like spontaneous? Like, all right, what's there to do? Let me figure something out.
Yeah, in high school, I had a little bit of spark for photos. Not much video really. I took 2 photography classes in high school, but they weren't like anything. We weren't taught anything. It was just like take a photo of something with your phone and just submit it.
Yeah, I understand that. Because when I took a photography class last year, that's all it was. They were like, you don't need an actual camera, just take photos with your phone. That's all.
Yeah.
So if you could like describe like what's your experience of like taking photos and videos for Auburn? What's that been like? And what does that entail?
It's been amazing. So like, I guess the greatest experience was going to Penn State week 3 and shooting in the whiteout. That was incredible. Like there'll probably never be a game that'll top that one. Maybe this weekend if we were like still like really good, then the Iron Bowl will probably top that. But that whiteout game was insane.
I was about to say with the Iron Bowl there, it's just like a massive game every single year, and
it's probably. I know the Northerners are gonna hate me for this, but it's the biggest rivalry in college football, in my opinion. Obviously not this year because I think Michigan and Ohio State are really good this year, but usually the Iron Bowl is the biggest game in my opinion. But yeah.
Now, will you go and like shoot that game, or are there just gonna be like strictly student section fans type stuff?
Yeah, I'll be shooting it. I've shot every home game for us this year except for one, which is against Georgia. So yeah, I'll be shooting that, and then I'll hopefully be shooting our bowl game, which I don't know where or who it'll be against.
Now, are you taking any like classes for this, or are you majoring in photography or video production, or anything like that?
I mean, I'm majoring in sports production, but it's like more journalism based.
Gotcha.
So I'm taking more journalism based classes. So like news writing or like journalism fundamentals or stuff like that. So not really.
Mm-hmm. So, do you think you favor filming games or do you favor like taking pictures of games?
I like doing both. Photos easier, but like there's nothing better than like capturing a moment in a big game on video, just so like you can go back and look at it and like hear all the crowd and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think photo lasts longer because it's like it captures something in time that like will last forever. But video is like, I don't know, in the moment video is better for me.
Now, so I always see these clips on like Instagram pages and stuff like that where it's like somehow these cameramen get spontaneous videos or like photographs of like some of the most epic moments in football history. So have you ever had one of those moments or like one of those videos where you're just like, oh my God, this is a big play. Let me switch to video, get this run on there.
No, like so during games, I only do video.
Mhm.
I only take photos like in pregame or stuff. But like, yeah, like a big play's happening, like like you're getting the shot. So like, if a big play happens, I'll like mark it and then like tell my boss like, hey, I got the shot for this play. So like, we had a game winner against Georgia State earlier in the year, and it happened right in front of me. So like, as soon as it happened, I knew it was like, this is the shot that we're gonna post after the game.
That is electric. That
Let's say,
that has gotta be, yeah. Right.
is there anything like you do outside of like filming sports games? Do you any like videos or photos for anything else?
Not really. I've done I did senior photos for someone. That's
Okay.
pretty much it. Like, yeah. I mean, I'll do like in September I did a gym video for a guy in Montgomery. It's like I'll sometimes do freelance stuff, but it's like mostly still around sports and stuff.
That's nice. Do you know like what you want to do like after you graduate college? Do you want to go back into the media business or what's your plan?
Yeah. So like when I graduate, like this is what I want to do like for my entire career pretty much. So right now I'm just trying to build connections and get better. And so when I graduate, I'm able to get a good job out of college for this.
Yeah. Now, how do you think you take do you think through connections you take that next step, or is it like just producing good content and getting like noticed by somebody? Like how would you go by doing it?
I think it's both. I think first you need to get better. Like if you're someone young who's doing this, like the first thing you need to do is just like get better because the only way you're going to get better is to fail.
Right.
But as you get better and you start getting up there, then you need to build connections with people who have more connections. So like my bosses, like both of them have really good connections. Like one of them came from Clemson, who's like they're the top of the line when it comes to creative stuff.
Right.
And the other one came from like he came from Virginia and Mercer. So like I mean, but he still has connections with everyone, like a lot of people with the country and stuff. So it's a little bit of both, but as you get older, it's more about connections.
Yeah. Heard
Mhm.
that. And what's the what is your pinnacle? Like what is your end goal? Do you want to go bigger sports team like I don't know, like NFL, or would you switch into like different types of photography? Like what do you think?
Probably a bigger sports team, and so I'll get
Hmm.
to a certain age, and it's probably like changes up a bit, but that's really far away. So like right now, I kind of want to do like NBA and NFL type
Right.
of stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
That that's sick. And then how do you balance like is it really easy to balance with college and stuff like that? Because I know you definitely have a personal life outside of taking photographies of football games.
Yeah, it's tough at times because like right now we're a little short staffed. So it's like me and another kid. We're like the only two video interns that shoot games for us.
Right.
And like outside of like it's only us that so like if you follow our football account, the only videos that are posted come from me and him.
Right.
Like we're looking to hire another guy, like two full-time people. So like hopefully when we get those two, like that'll balance out our workload. But yeah, it can be tough at times, especially when we're really busy and we have a bunch of projects like internally due, plus like stuff that'll go on social.
Right. And can you walk us through like what it would be like because you film at the games, but what's it like after the games? Do you guys go back and edit your own stuff and send them in clips? Like how long does that take? What does it entail?
So if we win the game, so say it's like so say I'm gonna scenario we beat Bama this week. So if we beat
Right.
Bama, then we would like film like all the post game stuff, players celebrating with the students. We would go back in, get the good clips, probably make like a short 30-second video and post that. And then we'd go back to the facility and then just like unload clips, mark clips, and all that kind of stuff. Maybe post one more thing from the win. But if we lose, then we basically just like pack it up for the day and just like go back and save all these clips
Yeah.
in the future.
Yeah.
So before the games, you said you're like short staffed. Do you have just have your just entire crew all like at the game, and how do you guys like spread? You guys spread out well, or what's that like pre-game look like?
Yeah, so Alex, who's my main boss, and we have Gerald, they take photos. So they're doing photos pre-game, and then Gerald will take in-game photos while Alex runs social media. And then me and Artie will do video. And we have like we coordinate with a bunch of other photographers that work for athletics. So they'll send like their pictures to Alex and then like stuff. So like in game, we're not allowed to post any video that we have because it's like ESPN rule or something like that. So like we just save those clips to the post game. But yeah, it's well coordinated how we run it. It's kind of insane.
Now, is that a process that just like you came into, or is that something that whole process kind of developed over time while you were there?
What process?
Like the process of like setting up everything, is it just when you first got there, or is it just kind of like this is what we do?
So yeah, I mean, they've done it before. So like, I don't know. They're like, this is what we're gonna do, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna do my job, and y'all do yours job, and it'll work out.
So, how did you get selected for this position?
They had a opening in the spring that they posted. It was like we need student videographers, and I applied, and I was hired by Carter Gustin, who's now at Clemson. He left us like last week.
Oh, damn.
So yeah,
What?
I was brought in the spring, and then Artie was brought in over the summer to help us out.
Okay, yeah. So it seems like was it pretty seamless? Like, was it just like, all right, here's my clips. Oh, okay. You're good.
Yeah, they're just like, send me your resume and like what you do, and like they brought me in. They're like, yeah, we like looked through your Instagram, your Twitter, your TikTok, whatever. You got some pretty good stuff. We'd like to bring you on.
Yeah. All right, that seems pretty easy. It doesn't seem too hard. Because I know like Colin's big into videography. I think that's what you guys are doing right now. You're taking videos and stuff like that, video production.
Yeah, me and Ryan are both taking video production. It's a good
That's
time.
cool.
Mhm.
So, what advice would you have for young videographers to get into the position you have?
Just work your way up there. So like, I don't know, just get better, practice. Don't. I see a lot of kids do this. Don't go shoot a big kid because it's gonna get you clout. Like I see this all the time. Like people will go film like, I don't know, who's like a big high school player right now.
Oh Jesus.
Patrick Heffright.
No, shut up.
Oh yeah.
Who's a big? So I'd say if going just looking at our school,
Art
like
Manning.
Arch Manning, right there.
Yeah, they'll go like film Arch Manning, but they're getting like bad shots, but they'll like post it and be like, look, I filmed Arch Manning. And it's like people who are like looking to hire you, they're not gonna care who you filmed or where you filmed it. They just want to know like if you can get this shot, how good is the shot? Can you color? All this type of different stuff. Like they're not looking to see who you filmed or who you took a photo of. So just like get better like locally. That's my advice.
Yeah, that makes sense. You kind of just like get better at like doing you and getting better at your quality than what you're filming. That makes sense.
So like if you can get the shot of your local JV team, then you can probably get the shot of
Yeah.
LeBron James or something.
Is that kind of how you did it? Did you start out like filming like local sports games and stuff like that, or do you just kind of just make whatever?
Yeah, so I started out filming my old high school. I was able to get on the sideline for some of their games. That's how I started. And I worked around some of my other high schools that were in my area, filmed their games, and then started working for a company called Video Boost, who sent me some basketball games over the winter to do for him, and I just like worked my way up pretty much.
Yeah, I remember when I was looking at your Instagram, I saw that you had soccer, basketball, and football. So is football just the number one? And then you said you were talking about the NBA earlier. Is basketball too? I'm guessing.
Yeah, football is probably my number one because it's the most prominent sport here. It's the easiest to film.
Mhm.
But basketball is probably my favorite because it's the easiest, and you can get like, I don't know, you can do so much more with basketball in my opinion. Football is just like more cinematic. But yeah, football. I hope to do basketball too for Auburn this year, but we'll see about that.
Jay, is there a different approach to filming like football or basketball, or is it just kind of like, yeah?
Yeah, there's a little bit of both. So like football, I try to make it more cinematic because like I don't know, it's hard to make it like upbeat and like mixtape style so many times. And then like with football, you obviously need like a longer lens to get like better shots and stuff. With basketball, you can probably film the entire game with one lens and be
Okay.
good. With basketball, you can just float around the court and get different angles and stuff. But basketball, it comes with a challenge because you're so close to the court, and sometimes the ref gets like right in front of you. Like I don't know how many times I've had a ref block a shot.
That's one thing I always wonder when like photographers, do they stay in the same spot, or are they just like running around like the field, just getting different angles?
A lot of them run around. So like, if it's a home game for us, most of the photographers are shooting Auburn. So whichever way we're going, they're gonna face
Oh yeah.
Auburn, so they can see our face and stuff. So yeah, a bunch of them just float around. I'll sometimes float around. I'll usually stay in one spot though if it's in the end zone, and then Artie will be on the other corner. That way we have both sides covered. But yeah, I'll float around for like B-roll and stuff like that.
Now, do you stay on the sideline the entire time, or like on the field the entire time, or do you ever go like try to get up and get like a downward angle?
Not for football because I don't have the lens for that.
Okay.
I don't know. I tried it week 1 in the student section, and it took me forever to get up there and get back down. So I was like, I'm never doing this again. So, but we
No.
do have
What
that went up. Like we went to we were playing Ole Miss, and he went up to the top and got probably the sickest shot I've ever seen of like the fireworks and stuff going off, like the lights off or something.
Oh,
That's
that
sick. That's so
that
cool.
is gotta, yeah. Rod, you good? I know you had a question.
Yeah, you started saying.
I'm just lagging right now, but I will ask this: like, what type of camera do you use for when you record games?
I use a Sony A7R4. It's mostly a photo camera, but I mean it still shoots 4K, so that's what I use. If you're like strictly doing video, a really good camera is the Sony FX6, even though it's like $5,000, pretty expensive. I'm hoping to save up for that like next year and get that. Artie uses the FX3, which is a cinema camera. So yeah, I use a photo camera for video. Artie uses a cinema camera. They both kind of get the same type of shots, like same quality.
That's nice. That's nice. Do you like? Does Auburn like pay you to do this, or do you just do this on your own?
Yes, we do get paid. It's not a lot though, because we're students, so they can only pay us so much and work us so much. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. It has some.
Yeah.
Colin, did you want to?
I have no idea. I think we could just like wrap it up there. It was great. Thank you for letting us know about this. I was always kind of wondering about different photographers and videographers at sports games and what the whole process is and how they go through it and all that. So
You're welcome.
Definitely, man. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Yep. All right.
Thank you so much.
This has been the Locker Room Podcast. Do you want to shout out any social media or anything like that?
Yeah, my Instagram's SO_unframed, like SOUN framed on Instagram. That's my TikTok too, if y'all want to go follow that.
Be sure to go follow that and check them out. This has been Locker Room Podcast, and we'll see y'all next week. See ya.
Jeez.
Yeah.